Welcome back. This is the Pop Confessional, and today we are doing our first passages. So if you know anything about the channel, which everybody should, because we've been around for so long, um, you know that we are the Pop Confessional. We do take music and react to it. Um, Not just new music, but old music, stuff that maybe me or my parents grew up with. Um, I know there's a lot of music that I've heard singles to, but I've never delved deep into them. And today we kind of have a rare opportunity because we have Madonna who came out with Confessions too, and I am such a hardcore Madonna fan. So being able to get new work is a rarity for me. So I got to experience that with y'all and with my sidekick, whatever you want to call us, Mr. Bode, Bodelicious. Say hi.
Hi, we're a duo.
Duo, the other part of the duo, Bode. Um, we got to listen to the album the other day, and it was really fun to do. It was a really good album. I really enjoyed it. Um, but one number, one track, one record that stood out, that just really caught our eye and had both of us just really wanting to learn more is Danceteria. And on the Pop Confessional passages, we're going to explore one, two, three, four, five songs by an artist. This actually came um, in theory from Tori Amos because I wanted to delve deep into her discography. But we wanted to start this one off with Danceteria. So, Bodhi, what was your first impression of the full song? Because I know that we got to see part of it in the Madonna film, Confessions 2 film, but what was your first impression of the full song?
My first impression of the full song was that it was an immediate hit, an immediate banger, shall say. Very, as you know, autobiographical, and I love those type of songs so much. Very earwormy, very catchy. The second you hear it, it's stuck in your head. The lyrics are delivered Vogue like style. The references, the names, is chock full of them. And that's what we're delving deep into.
Yeah, excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I really enjoyed and pointed out and have talked about multiple times since then that I think Danceteria could be her new Vogue. I think that it could be really that impactful. Vogue was really made for the gay community, but it picked up across the board because it was such a good house track song. It was such a good dancer and shaker that it could make anybody get on the dance floor and be able to move. Plus, it has the name dropping, which I kind of love about Danceteria, because for Danceteria, it's not just name dropping beautiful celebrities or models. It's about name dropping people that she knows, that she experienced Danceteria with, that she experienced the 80s in New York with. So I
Mhm.
really think there's a lot of similarities between the two, but Danceteria holds its own. It definitely holds its own. Bodie.
Uh, yeah, I agree. It really was a mix of all types of music. The nightclub wasn't just any nightclub in New York. It mixed all the genres, all types of people. You know, fashion, fashion people, and the people in the fashion industry, queer people, music of all types. You know, underground, punk, hip hop, all that, club music, etc. So yeah,
What was the gallery that we looked at?
the Tony Shafrazi Gallery, the art gallery.
Shafrazi.
Shafrazi.
Shafrazi. Um, it was very interesting to me because we read up the Shafrazi because there's a reference to it in Danceteria, and it was a
Mhm.
gallery that was pretty common and famous to a lot of the up and coming artists, like your Keith Haring and all that.
Mm.
Um, and she made it out, or they made it out to sound like it was kind of like the pre-party. Everybody would go meet up at this museum, see the showings, buy the art if they could,
Mhm.
and then everybody got together and went out to Danceteria afterwards and partied it up. And the whole time I'm hearing this, reading this, thinking about this, I'm thinking, oh my God, that was Denny's for us. But it wasn't a gallery, it was a restaurant. It was,
Yeah.
whatever kind of restaurant. But I was like, oh my God, that's Denny's for us. We all met up at Denny's. We spent our money. We had fun and laughed and got, prepared for the night and went out. This is, of course, before we drank. Um, Everybody has to have that place of community and gathering. And I think that's another reason why Danceteria really resonates with people because she's talking about this place of community, this place of not worship, but this, I guess, kind of worship because you're
Mhm.
worshiping music, but this place of getting together and not feeling judged, not feeling condemned, not feeling, pressured by anybody, especially society, for anything. So I'm just really such a fan of this song, if you can't tell.
Mm.
Um, and I've loved it ever since the Confessions film. I really have. Who were the people? So let's get into who was being named.
Yeah, we have a couple. A lot of Madonna's friends who some are still with us, some are gone. Um, but yeah, I think the first one we hear is Martin Bourgoin. Am I saying his name correctly?
I don't know. She says it
Yeah,
interestingly in the song, but I
I'm
don't know
probably
exactly
butchering
how
it.
she's saying it. Yeah.
We'll just say Martin. He was her very close friend at Danceteria. He worked there, right? And also, you had Debbie Mazar was also there. She helped her, uh, walked her, showed her way around.
Which we love
Um,
Debbie Mazar.
yeah, and
I
Debbie
do.
Mazar is one of those that still uh, friends with her, and we even saw her in the Confessions film.
Madonna doesn't
Um,
have very many friends that last a long time. So Debbie
yeah,
Mazar being there this whole time says something.
it is. We also, I guess the DJ also, Mark Kamens, who played her first big hit, Everybody. Um, Also, there's a Spanish. It's supposed to be a performance. No entiende is what it is, which basically you can't understand, but it's a performance. So she kind of playfully says, "I know you can't understand" or something like that. So I thought that was cute. Um, yeah, and we already talked about Tony Shafrazi and all that. Who else were mentioned?
Um, what was the Puerto Rican call out, which I loved?
The Puerto Rican boys who drove her crazy. I thought that was a fun line too.
She loves her Puerto
Because,
Rican boys.
yeah. Oh, Howie Montag is the other one that we talked about.
I will be honest with y'all. This whole time hearing it, I thought she was saying Heidi Montag
We
or
all
whatever
did.
her last name is. Um, and I kept thinking, why the hell is Heidi at the front of the line, and why is Madonna pushing her out of the way, and who the fuck? Like, why? I just was really confused. So when we found out this was Howie Montag or something like that, it made a lot more sense.
Yeah, so basically, Howie Montag is the doorman, right? And
Mm,
No Entiende was one of the performances, I understand correctly. Um,
okay.
yeah, and
Keith
we
Haring
also
was
got some
mentioned.
references. Yeah.
We got what's his name? Baptiste. Um,
Basquiat.
Basquiat. There you go, Baptiste.
That was the art
Um,
gallery. Andy
and
Warhol. Not you
I,
want mention though.
I love the fact that Madonna truly is, forgive me for saying this, but she truly is art pop. She is the mixture of the pop with the art. She likes to bring the artistic references and culture and stuff into her music and the things she does. Um, she's always been that way. There for a while, she had the biggest hard on for Frida Kahlo. Everything was about Frida Kahlo. She loved, loved, loved Frida Kahlo. I think she wanted to be her in a made for TV movie or something. Um, but when she latches onto something, she wants to share it with people. She wants people to come along the ride and learn about them together. It was the same way with Kabbalah when she got into it. So I love that she tries to educate the masses over these and keep people's memory alive.
I think um, some of the names that weren't mentioned but were kind of referenced with the whole Tony Shafrazi gallery. You got people like Basquiat or Andy Warhol. They weren't necessarily mentioned, but they were referenced, I guess. Another one is the Lower East Side or the Walk on the Wild Side, which is kind of a reference of its own. But I learned that it's also a reference of a Lou Reed song. Of course, everybody knows Lou Reed or Lou Reed, and this is one of the. She even samples the song. Apparently, I didn't know that, and even he receives a credit on the song
Mm.
because of how influential that line was. So I thought that was really cool. So again, not necessarily name dropped, but referenced.
And that's all kind of throws back to New York, 19 like 82, fresh and new
Early 80s.
Madonna, new to the scene, making all her friends, becoming, what we called back then. I know political correctness is important, but what we called back then fag hags. It sounds like she really attached herself to, all the fags in the New York scene. Um,
She had her own boy toy.
and because of that, it completely explains why she got so heartbroken in the 80s and 90s because she had made so many friends who probably passed away. Um, so I've always had such a longing for her and her empathy and connection with the AIDS community because there for a while we were losing people left and right. So I know she got affected by that. I know that she did. Um, so yeah, I really appreciated Danceteria. I really thought it was a great song. I thought that they did well with the mixes. Again, I have my own opinion about the transitions throughout the album, but I think this one was a good one.
Yeah, was. I
I
think
don't
the
know.
transition to Danceteria was good.
Hmm.
Y'all probably can see it in the reaction.
I really hope they do a video for it.
Yeah, I don't know if we're getting an extended version of that bathroom scene, or if we're getting something else. If we ever get one.
They filmed enough. I know they had to have had enough for a video for it, like they did the Bring
Yeah,
Her Love.
yeah, because I'd love to see it, especially with the amount of faces in that
Benedict
video.
Cumberbatch. Oh my God, he was so cute and funny in that.
He was. Um, uh, Everybody else was almost on their A game. From the guys portraying Michael Kamens or Martin, or I don't know if there was a supposed to be another when she bumps into Odessa Odessa Zion. I think that's her name. Odessa Ozion or Odessa Zion, I'm not sure. When she bumps into her, that's the Howie Montauk line, which was what confused us. But yeah, I don't think that was necessarily, you know, maybe it was really. But again, the other names, you got a lot of her friends, people who even popped up with her on tour before, like Gwendolyn Christie, the ever so tall woman in the bathroom stall wearing a suit.
The thing
I thought that was
about
fun.
the thing about them, because we didn't get to film like a watch party or whatever of the Madonna
Hmm.
Confessions film, but the thing that I loved about it was just the history of how it happened because she had she always does these after parties of different award shows. She
Hmm.
does a really big, I think, Oscars after party, and she does a really big Met Gala after party. And she's just really known for these after parties. It's really hard to get into. It's the talk of the town afterwards. They're just the best parties. Well, she had an after party at a club after the Met Gala, and it was very hush hush, and only certain people were allowed to get in. It was very under wraps. It was very like a fortress. Like there was like nobody was allowed to have camera phones and stuff. It was just very hush hush, and a lot of people were complaining because they were like, "I always go to her parties. Why am I not there?" And come to find out, like Benedict Cumberbatch was there. Sabrina Carpenter was there. You know, rest everybody's worries. They were together in the same room when they did all this. Um, but it was locked down because they had this like 5 hour taping. She wanted to have all her friends and everybody that was there to party and dance it up and stuff. She wanted them to be a part of this movie, this Confessions movie. So it was locked down, and that's why you saw the people in there that were in there because they were invited to this party, this Met Gala party.
Exclusive.
But, you know, if it was me, I would have been sick and tired of dancing to the same song after like the 20th time. Like, can we change the song? Like, give me another one, please.
Even if it's
Um,
Danceteria.
yeah, even if it was Danceteria, I think 20 song or 20 minutes is enough. Um, I do want to hear this at the clubs. I want to hear it over the proper sound system and, you know, the visuals with the lights and stuff. I just really want to dance at the club to it.
Yeah, agreed. I hope, really hope to God she releases more mixes for this song and even for the singles that we already got. Because Madonna, when it comes to remixes, she doesn't cheapen out or anything. She gives us a lot. So I'm hoping that we get as many mixes as possible. It's necessary. It's the club album, you know.
Maybe because it was done all up and there's not really a deluxe version. There's the regular length version and then there's the shortened versions and blah 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 blah. Maybe there will be a mixed version that comes out.
Yeah, maybe because I told you I heard that there was a song with Arca supposedly. I don't know if it's a rumor, if it's really. And speaking of Arca, she pops up in the video, so I think that would be perfect. I feel like if she did a song with Arca, would finally get hyperpop Madonna or something close to it, and I would love to hear that. Or even Shy Girl, because she also was in the video. These hyperpop artists, I think, would have a good collaboration with her.
I would love to see her and Charlie XCX do something for the overcompensating soundtrack. Choo.
Yeah, and we want it to be longer than two.
Don't ask for too much
I
now.
won't. I won't. Especially after this album, I'm so pleased with the runtime. Let's just say.
Very much. Very much so. 16 tracks, a little over an hour. Fantastic.
So,
Okay, so this is not going to be as long as normal because normally we'll have three, four, 5 songs to go over. Today we just wanted to go over Danceteria and give it the credit it deserves. But if y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that you want to know from us, please leave them down in the comments below. You know, we really do want to know feedback on how things are going and what y'all are enjoying, so let us know. And if you have any requests, let us know as well. Just to give you kind of a rundown, I think next is going to be um, Janet Jackson and then Adam Lambert.
No,
Could
we have Adam Lambert first.
Adam Lambert first and then Janet Jackson. Something
Yeah.
those artists are coming along with Michael Jackson, along with David Bowie, along with Prince, if I can ever get him past any copyright restrictions. I've heard he's really difficult. So we're really going to push through some of these artists that I just don't know anything about other than the surface singles that came out, maybe. But we're also going to delve deeper into more current artists. So definitely leave some comments with some recommendations. I always like to hear what y'all are listening to and thinking about.
Oh, and please let us know if we missed anything regarding today's passage, Danceteria, if there's any more interesting tidbit that we forgot to mention, because it's really one of those songs that we could talk about for hours and explore the meanings of.
Yeah, I agree completely. Any kind of tidbits is always fun to know. So confess below. Let us know your confessions and we'll get those added into the videos. I think that's it for today, so I'll say goodbye. Say goodbye, Bodie.
Bye, everybody. See you next time.
Catch y'all in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye now.